Hello.
Hello.
So this is the Whole Vibe podcast.
All black.
All the time. So we are very professional, sitting up here in the bed, making a podcast. Because why not?
Because we can.
It's COVID. Everybody's in the bed.
Right. Well,
they in the bed.
Maybe.
So I'm Lana.
And I am Nisha T.
And we are going to talk to you about whatever's on our mind for about, 15 minutes?
Yeah, about 15.
And we're going to see what you think about whatever's on our mind. Yep. Sometimes you might like it.
And sometimes you may not. Not so much. We're not for everyone. It's
no.
Okay.
No. So I want to know, how are you feeling about Ellen? It's a little old now. We're like a couple of weeks out from it. But I feel like the chatter is like dwindling away. Mm-hmm. And I don't know.
So I think there is, what is the saying? Where there's fire, where there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah, I'm going to need you to get that right.
Yeah, I struggle a little bit. But
the whole vibe.
Yeah, you understand what I'm saying. So listen, I believe it's true. I believe there was a comedian who first, got this topic, this conversation going about her, and it just, went on from there. But I think there's some truth to it. When you reach a level of celebrity, I think sometimes staying grounded gets missed. And she probably, this is my opinion, it's gotten too big for her britches. And it has worked, and people haven't said anything because it has become the culture and just known until it wasn't okay.
You have to speak up. It's not loud enough. Oh. You got to be on the 3 dots at least.
Oh.
3 dots.
So, can you hear me?
Yeah,
holler if you hear me.
She's very soft-spoken, so that's a thing.
So, I'm going to try to talk as loud as possible. This is a lot. But I do.
Is that a lot?
It is. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Here's what I think. I think she's a good comedian, but not a good leader. Mm-hmm. And so what I think happened is that her persona has always been exactly who we thought it was. Mm-hmm. Like, she's just great on stage, right? She has great personality and this character that she goes into, right? But when it came to leadership and building her empire, maybe she just doesn't know how to manage people, or maybe she just doesn't have good interpersonal skills or something like that. Mm-hmm. It's like, if you like Sasha Fierce, but you're not really feeling B.
That part. Yeah. Because Sasha Fierce is who she brings out on stage to, Beyonce is her own person. She's very private. You're not going to.
She's very soft-spoken.
Yeah. And you're not going to get much into her life unless she says it's okay, which is a lot like me. And I think it's because of the Virgo thing. But, yeah.
I'm going to forgive you for being a Virgo.
We're the best. But let's just, it's Virgo season, by the way.
Oh, crap, it is.
Yes, you're at.
All right, wait till February. Yeah. Wait till February.
Ooh, we got some.
Aquarians coming back. Hey.
Okay.
So I think it probably sucked. And all those people that work for her, I cannot imagine how they must have been feeling. Like, okay, so, I think Ellen is, if Black people had like 5 white people that we could give a Black card to, I believe Ellen would have been one of the 5.
I absolutely agree with that. I do.
And I believe people would be trying to put Joe Biden on the list, which I would protest that. Yeah. I don't feel like he makes the 5 cut. Who else would be on the list? White people that get Black cards. Kelsey Grammer, you have to give him a Black card. He executive produced The Game. He be behind a lot of Black shows, y'all. Get your life right. Kelsey Grammer, we got to let him in.
Okay. I don't have.
Because you don't know enough white people. Yeah, that's why we're all Black all the time.
I'm like, I'm out. And Ellen, I used to watch her
Eminem.
shows.
Eminem. You don't think Eminem gets one? Well, okay. Vanilla Ice or Eminem? I feel like
neither. It's a no for me.
I like Eminem.
It's a no for me.
Kelly Pitts from The Game. No, she didn't get one.
Mm.
Y'all know I was watching the game, by the way.
Me too.
It's on Netflix
Yes.
right now.
And I did watch it too.
Thing.
Yes.
I rewatched the whole
I was
thing.
like, Jason, this frugal ass. I can't get it.
Stand him. You know, that show, it started off so good and it just got really upsetting. Like halfway through, all the way to the end.
I think it was because it went from the CW and then to like BET, and then that's where it changed.
Oh.
I do. I think on the CW it was the
That's probably why I stopped watching it too, because I didn't have cable back then.
Yeah, and so it switched off. Yeah, because they tried to keep it going. Understood, but BET is not black owned anymore. It was sold.
Girl. Neither is Shea Moisture.
Yeah, I knew that.
And neither is Carol's daughter.
Yeah, I knew that.
Carol's daughter, okay, I heard about that from a while ago. Yeah. But Shea Moisture, I only just found out about like a month ago. Oh. BET, we done lost BET.
Yeah, BET been lost.
What about that lady? Viacom bought BET?
It's MTV, all of that. You know, that's the whole.
So same thing now.
No, same thing.
What's that lady's name? So I'm from the DMV.
Deborah.
DC, Maryland, Virginia. There's a lady, Kathy Hughes.
Oh, okay. I know
you know Kathy Hughes?
I do know Kathy.
She used to own a lot of like radio, communications empires. Is she still doing her thing? Does anybody know?
We need to find out. I'm not sure.
She was full grown when I was like a teenager. Yeah. So I don't know. Listen, Kathy, I know you look good because black don't crack, but I'm just saying, I don't know if you're still in the game.
Yeah, I don't know. And Deborah Lee is gone. I think she was an executive. Let me not give her the wrong title, but
give her a title.
She was the black woman
executive
in charge.
Queen.
Yes.
Heifer.
Not heifer. Nope, not heifer. Nope.
That's my word. Yeah, sorry, that's not. Went too far.
Yep,
took it too far.
Over there. No, we're gonna come back. You know.
Sorry, Deborah.
She's
be my friend.
Yes, she's. Deborah was. Don't do that.
Okay.
You see y'all coming back. See.
Okay.
Yeah, but Ellen. Yeah, there's a lot of cleanup. The other problem is reality. People don't live in reality. You have celebrities like, she's my friend. We're great. Like, she's amazing. And it's like, yeah, but that's your world. Like, to the everyday person that's coming to work for her, they don't get to live in that reality TV. They're behind the scenes making sure that the show is successful. So for celebrities to come out and support, I feel like it is.
Who are they supporting?
Ellen. They're like, I stand behind her, and she's great, and we have a great, and I'm like, that's fine.
But you don't work for her. That's not helpful.
That's not helpful.
That's like when Black people come out and say, oh, that's racism. And then everybody else lines up on the other side of the fence like, no, they were just trying to be nice. Or
Blue Lives Matter. And that's a uniform that you put on. And I don't care if I make people upset on this. Let me be clear. I am Black all day, all the time. I was born Black, okay? I can't take off my skin. So it's not a choice. But when you choose your profession, you chose to be an officer, which is to serve and protect. You get home, you take that uniform off. Now, you may feel a certain type of way because you chose this and you love it or whatever, but it's a choice. So please don't talk to me and tell me, but I believe Blue Lives Matter too. Okay, well, goddamn it.
I mean, they do.
Yeah, but
that's not not the conversation. Yeah. Who came up with Blue Lives Matter?
Right, somebody.
Was it the blue people?
It might have been.
Or was it the All Lives Matter people just trying to combat everything? Yeah. Because I feel like this whole conversation is just a distraction.
It is.
Somebody it's like those protests. What was the first? Where was George Floyd? What
Minnesota,
Minneapolis. Okay. Was it Minneapolis, Minnesota?
Yes, one of those.
The minis. It's just like with those protests and fires and the ruining of the city or what have you.
And it wasn't even
started by Black Lives Matter people at all. And so sometimes I think we have to be careful about like where we turn our head to look and what we give time and attention to, because I just don't think that even deserves time and attention. I believe that police officers matter. I believe that most of them, like teachers, like nobody goes into that profession on some get rich quick scheme. Like they go into it usually with the right intentions, right? And it's not a get rich quick scheme. These officers don't get paid that much to put their lives on the line to protect anybody. And they're just not skilled. And so let's talk about this whole defunding conversation. That's stupid.
Well,
because if anything, they need more money so they can train these guys to not shoot Black people when they don't deserve to be shot. Or transgender people. Did you know transgender people get messed up more than Black people?
I have been hearing that.
Yes, it's true.
I think with the police, though, this is the problem. You have to go back to the history, the beginning of what police officers were brought in for, and it was slave catching. And so that mentality has continued. Now we're in a new day and a new time, so you're not going to hear them saying, "Oh, I'm about to catch me a nigga today." Okay.
Oh, except for that officer that they caught saying that.
Right.
Okay.
But
right.
So you have to look at like the policing. You have good cops, but you have a lot of the bad. And the problem is the good cops not speaking out against the bad cops, the bad seeds, you become an accomplice to it. And so you have to speak out and like show who they are and say, we're going to take a stand. We're not going to accept this. This is not okay. The other part of it is stop bringing in other officers from other cities to police Black areas that don't have a relationship or are not even looking to build, quality relationships with the community, that have these biases that don't care.
Everybody has bias.
Right.
I don't feel like the conversation is, I don't know. I just feel anyone who is willing can change. That's what I honestly feel. And I think most of these officers are willing. I think the problem is they're getting defensive because the conversation has now become Blue Lives Matter versus Black Lives Matter. Yeah. And that's not productive. That's not what anybody was talking about. Who introduced this Blue Lives thing? That doesn't have anything to do with what we're talking about.
At all.
What we're talking about is how do we protect this group of people that's being victimized and has been victimized, not just for years, for generations, for like the whole history of this entire country.
Like, let's be clear. I had my VP say to me, I believe all lives matter. It's unfortunate what's happening, in the Black community, but I believe all lives matter. But why?
Nobody's saying all lives don't matter.
Right.
Nobody said that.
But do you see what's happening over here in this community? Like, lives are being taken, and it is like that happened today. Oh, well. Oh, so how about those pineapples over there? Like
pineapples. Yeah, safe word.
But it's like,
we're back.
Yeah, it's like, why are the lives of brown and Black people like just disregarded and not cared for? Why are we looked at as bad without someone even knowing us just because of the color of our skin?
Because that's the messaging that we're getting.
Yeah.
And it's not just white people that think that.
Oh, no. We have the
Black
Asian
people
community.
think that. Yeah. Asians think that. Indian people think that. Latino people think that. And more importantly, Black people. Like, it's happening internally within our own community.
Colorism.
So my thing is, right, what we're talking about is a bigger issue. This is not a white-Black conversation. This is a conversation about why Black people are victimized by every other culture in the world. It is always Black people, and it's from the messaging. It starts at the beginning. You know what? I had a moment the other day, right?
Okay.
So the moment was I cut my finger. I was trying to make my bed, and my hand slipped. And you see, I got real wood right here. Boom, boom. And it's grazed like the edge of the wood and took off this top layer right here. This layer right here. So it was fine at first, and then it started getting in the way. That nuisance cut that's just be in the way of everything. So I was like, all right, let me get this little antibacterial cream and put a Band-Aid on.
Okay.
And I went to go reach for a Band-Aid, and I had a moment.
Because the color of the Band-Aids.
And this is something white people don't have to think about.
Yeah.
And that's what we mean. Whiteness is everywhere. It's normalized. Yes. But when you go to get a Band-Aid and that doesn't match your skin and you're used to it,
That's
That is because we live in a country that provides that kind of messaging. And the messaging says that you're not important enough for us to care about producing Band-Aids that actually blend with your skin.
mm-hmm.
We're going to produce it for the ones that blend with our skin.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to think that that's normal and okay and accept it.
And, you're gonna
and I've been a victim to that too.
Mm-hmm.
I've never questioned it until one day I went to Target and I was walking with my daughter and I was like, what are those? They're ours. And they had these multicolored like that. Well, they were too dark for my skin.
Yeah, but
I was a little upset and sad.
Yeah.
But, and the other ones were too light for my skin.
Yeah, so you're like.
So I just walked out with clear, which is also didn't work. It wasn't clear at all.
Yeah, you're like, oh, this didn't.
So that's the clear one is what I got the other day. But back to the point.
Yeah,
is that whiteness is normalized. And listen, it's not an attack on white people to just state that as a fact. Like it just is. It is. White people are everywhere. We like the fact that we had to create our own magazines just to see ourselves in them.
Thank you.
You know, and maybe people think that, well, yeah, of course you should do that. That's what's normal.
Right.
Okay. Then understand that what's happening out in the world is thinking just like you. And that includes police officers.
Exactly.
So of course, all you have to do is be Black to be thought of as a problem.
I think it goes back to, so for these other ethnicities, other races that don't feel marginalized, or like Black people, it's a thing of, well, we might not have it all, but we're not Black. We don't have to deal with that.
Because I want it all or nothing at all.
Yep. So
it's really hard for me to stay focused. I hear songs in my head all day.
So do I.
What was I thinking earlier? Is Alicia Keys?
I keep on falling. In love
with you.
Sometimes I love you. Sometimes you make me blue. Sometimes I feel good. At times I feel used.
Loving you, darling, leaves me so confused. I keep on falling. Okay, we're done. You gotta stop. Okay, let's get back.
Okay. So,
in conclusion,
right. I think we have to start with breaking down slave mentality, getting to the core of it and what that looks like and what that means.
We should talk about that next time.
We should.
We should start on that.
Yep, I think we should, because that's a big conversation, and I think peeling apart is like an onion. Like going and peeling it apart, we will probably have a better understanding, and then be able to help others. Other ethnicities, other races, and recognizing what that looks like. Like right now, like COVID-19, everyone is oppressed. Okay, there is a situation happening.
Everyone is oppressed.
So, like, let's be clear. You may not have a job. Okay, you may not be able to work from home, and you're still not an essential worker. And what does that mean?
And how did McDonald's become essential?
Right. And how did the liquor stores become essential?
Well, I understand that.
Okay, I don't.
And the dispensaries. I'm not saying I partake, but I know some people that need access.
Well,
that's all I'm saying.
But my thing is, there's a lot of other essentials.
Like? Okay, so food.
Yes.
So that's why the grocery stores and the restaurants are open.
Yeah.
Shelter.
But they were shut down for a little bit.
Everything was shut down.
Except for the dispensaries and the liquor stores.
Oh my gosh. So out here, do you remember when they were like, we're closing all the liquor stores? So Denver, I think the Denver mayor.
It was like that.
The Denver mayor was like, we're closing all the liquor stores. How about all of Denver? Like, drove out to Aurora.
Yeah. Like,
and bought up all the alcohol. And then the mayor was like, well, and then the liquor stores in Denver were like, you see that?
Yeah.
That could have been our money.
Right.
And then in 2 hours, the liquor stores had reopened.
Yes.
That's how essential they are.
Yeah. They reopened.
They open. Wide open. I don't have to look for Jack anywhere.
Yeah.
He's
I got
right
this.
there.
And they're stocked too and loaded.
Oh, yes, They are. Yes, they are.
Yeah. So
okay.
yeah.
So we'll talk about that later.
Yeah. So slave mentality is where we're going to come back to, because I think it's extremely important in everything that we do. There is a slave mentality.
Don't talk about it now.
I'm not. I just, it's mental note. Come back to it next week.
Won't forget.
I'm gonna try.
Okay. Well, it was nice hanging out with you all. I hope you enjoyed yourselves.
I'm back. Oh, and look, hair, natural, doing something different. Just thought I was
Hair, natural, doing the same thing
all the time
that I've always done.
I did it myself though.
Maybe when you change your hair, then I'll straighten mine.
Ooh,
okay. We'll just switch it up.
Yeah, we'll switch it up.
Yeah, I need like several hours notice.
Ooh,
okay.
Yes, because you have a lot.
It's a whole situation.
Mine is only about this big when it's out. Yours is like
mine is put up too, so it's not even as big.
So hers is like, you see how like
I should brush it out one day.
Yeah, and you will see mine is like this. Hers is like this, but mine's coming. This is why I have it in these twisties.
It is coming.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get you some chebe powder.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah.
Well, I am Lana.
And I am Nisha T.
And this is the Whole Vibe Podcast.
Yes, it is. Oh, and I'm representing my brothers.
Nope, he didn't pay us. Nope, not happening. Gotta go.
See it. Y'all saw it. Y'all saw it. Indo Brothers.